Yo, what up, y'all? What's going on, everybody? Excuse me, looking crazy with the quarantine face. Salute, though. Uh, all right, I know some of y'all probably seen everybody else's recaps. I don't care. I'm about to talk about how I feel about the whole event, so on and so forth, and we'll talk about a few other things as people get on. This is a live, so for some of y'all who see this later, you might want to skip ahead about a minute, minute and a half. While we wait for some people to get in here. It's been a real long time since I went. I don't know what it's been. It's been a while since I went live, or even recap the battle in a while. But I still be watching battles here and there. I just don't feel like breaking them down. Dear me, Detroit. Here we go. The best live in battle rap. That's a lie. That is a lie. But thank you, sir. Thank you for being here. I'm surprised you're not live right now. Anyway, for everybody out there, happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the current fathers and the fathers to be. Um, Happy Father's Day to all the dog fathers. Yo, man, every year I see dumbasses sit there talking about how nobody said happy Father's Day. Then me said I'm at work trying to stay clean. Yeah, I hope you do, man. I hope you do. I don't know how the fuck you in there, man. Yeah, happy Father's Day, dear me. But yeah, I be seeing people getting mad too. Or I'm a I'm a doggy dad. I'm a hamster dad. I'm a ferret dad. Uh, no one tells me happy father because you're not a fucking father. Like, stop it, man. Stop it. Um, Before we go anywhere else, let's just talk about the fuckery. So DME's favorite battle rapper was scheduled to battle Swamp today, and then, well, he's been scheduled to battle him before, and he didn't show up to the face-off yesterday. Supposedly, I don't know how true it is, nor do I really give a fuck. But supposedly, he was actually already had flown there, just didn't show up to the face-off, which is odd to me. Um, and then he didn't show up to this. Now, what's even funnier is how URL tried to spin it. Oh well, we wanted a different energy for the event next Saturday. Yo, it's a tournament. Like, if I'm one of them dudes who's supposed to battle on next Saturday, I'm a little offended by them saying that shit. Because you're not saying it because it's true. You saying it because you want to cover up some nonsense. And in turn, you saying that really looks bad on us. You saying, oh, we needed some energy for that. So you trying to say we don't bring nothing to the table? Like, what type of shit is that? I don't know how none of them dudes is, Well, I understand it's a tournament for 25,000. You're not about to say no dumb shit right now that's gonna get you, you know, I guess blackballed. But at the same time, it's like your fan. That shit would have bothered me. It bothered me when they said it. I was like, yo, come on, you can't be for real with this shit. Then they ended that stream. You seen at the end how they ended that stream? They couldn't wait to get the hell up out of there. Um, Again, I just got to a point where I don't even blame the dude no more. Like, how do you blame him now? Like, the company allows every and anything, so it's like, okay. I mean, what do you do? Moving on to more other shit. You know what I'm saying? I have to be honest, man. I don't know if it's because it's not an actual event. Um, but I felt like there wasn't really no hype around these battles today. It really wasn't much of a hype. People didn't seem intrigued. People didn't seem excited. As always, I see a bunch of stupid ass slander on Cortez, which pisses me off. But we'll get to that. But overall, I'm just like, yo, I don't understand for people. Like, right now, we don't have much of anything, and seeing these battles are a lot better than seeing these online battles. Um, so I still I understand because I go to events and stuff like that. I understand that there's a different energy altogether. But like these dudes are actually battling in front of each other. Like I don't see any excitement from anybody. And then the other thing is, a lot of these battles you would have to pay $50 for. You seeing them free on the caffeine. I think that maybe people would just seem a little more excited about it. You know. The tournament so far, I have to be honest, I haven't watched every single battle. Some of the stuff that I have seen, I can't really say that I've seen anything that really excites me. Like I've seen some dudes have a few rounds that I was like, yo, that was cool. You know, yo, or like definitely had some bars that I was like, yo, that was fire. But I don't think, and again, I didn't see all the battles, but I don't think I've seen anything yet that's made me be like, yo, what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? I haven't got in terms of the tournament. In terms of the tournament, I haven't got that wow factor. Max Lou, happy Father's Day, man. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It also makes me look at this whole gnome coming up. I do want to see Surf and Lux. I'm not really excited about it. Maybe when it gets closer to the time. I don't know. Daylight versus Tay Rock. I'm not really excited about it. You know what I'm saying? Salute, bro. Fawns didn't wow you. I didn't see Fawns' battle. That's why I said I didn't see all the battles. Thank you, Max. I appreciate it. He said Cortez is a humble dude. I don't know why he gets so much. Yeah, I don't know why people hate on him either, man. Like that shit just shocking to me. Like you won't show no love or respect to Cortez, who for years been putting on. For years comes A1 quality. Never had no fuckery attached to his name. But you let dudes show up and give you a round and a half and let that and do that multiple times and y'all won't give a fuck. But you'll shit on Cortez. You know. Not to mention Cortez was one of the, if you looking at Lux, Goods and all these dudes like their founding fathers, how the hell you don't put Cortez in that category either? Not to mention he's been one of the most consistent throughout every format you want to put it at. What's your take on the Misfits racial controversy? So I have a blog that I had shot half the blog for. That's why I didn't put it out based on this. But I'm gonna take Misfit, Cortez, and some of the people from the neighborhood's word and what they said. They said the tweet that she was talking about was misconstrued because she was talking about a murder that took place on their block. And what she was referring to was that somebody from a crew from over there, I guess, murdered one of their own people, someone from their circle. So that's what the tweet was about. And of course, it got taken into something else. Salute Viduel. Viduel, I guess I'm assuming Happy Father's Day is appropriate to you too, sir. So Happy Father's Day. He said everything is racist now. That she was just taken out of context. She was talking about people from her own hood. Yeah, that was to my understanding. I understand that official and them try to match it up to someone dying, and Coffee Brown got into it, and she starts saying, "Oh, look at this," and I'm seeing Cortez going back and forth with her. And then the crazy part is that I've definitely seen Misfit post pictures and videos of her being out on the out at the protest. I seen Math at protests, and Math was saying, "Yo, Misfit was the one who convinced me to go out to the protests." He said he wasn't even doing it. Thank you, Vigil. I appreciate it, man. Tell your lady I said thank you too. So, overall, my take on it is I don't think Misfit is racist. I don't like the way they try to spin that on her. And again, I know everything I'm about to say isn't going to be receive the best, but it's a fact. I wonder why in these last few weeks I'm seeing so much divide, and it seems like people are trying to separate, or Ponce want to smoke with coffee and official Puerto Rican stick together. Yes, I agree. Yes. I just hate the way that I see people trying to pin black and Spanish against each other. Um, you guys know him as the orange shirt guy, but the dude Zay, who was with Briz when that brawl happened, um, between Rex Calico. I mean, yeah, Rex was involved with that. Mook, Calico, Briz, and T Top. You guys know who Zay is. They call him the orange shirt dude, right? He we follow each other on Twitter, and he starts going in. Oh, I don't see no Spanish people. He said his exact words was, yo, I don't see Latinos speaking up for us, so on and so forth. Like, yo, like, where the fuck? And we exchanged a few tweets. Of course I wasn't upset, I was disappointed. Like, yo, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you haven't been on social media, or you haven't been on a certain platform, like, it'd be months before I'm ever on Facebook. But I'm not gonna jump on Facebook today and say, yo, why aren't black people speaking up for Puerto Rican issues? I'm not doing no dumb shit like that. And just because I don't see it I don't be on Facebook, I don't see it, doesn't mean it's not happening. A. And B, why would I say some dumb shit like that to create a divide when the last thing colored people, so to speak, minorities, so to speak, need to do is be separate at any time. At any time. But let alone right now. Right now, let's not act like we don't need everybody. We need everybody's voice. I hate talking about this type of shit right now, and that's why I didn't finish that blog, because, like, it was just frustrating the hell out of me when I'm seeing, and then I'm literally seeing black people saying a bunch of stuff about Latinos, and it's like, yo, last I checked, I can't speak for everybody. The way I grew up, the way I was raised, was in the hood. And all we saw was black and Spanish. Black and Latino, let me say that. And it's like, I never, even in my life around white people, I don't really look at myself like when I'm around them like it's Latino and white people. No, I look at everybody like people. You know what I'm saying? But when we have to get down to those kind of situations, then we got to keep it real and say this. My man, I grew up around nothing but black people. I grew up around Dominicans. I grew up around Colombians. I grew up around Cubans. I grew up around Puerto Ricans. The bulk of what I grew up around, in my immediate area, was Puerto Ricans, Jamaicans, Haitians, black people. And if we're gonna look at history and all that, and that was the thing that bothered me. Like, I could look on Twitter and see black people, look on Instagram and see black people say, oh, the Latinos aren't speaking up for us, aren't doing this and this. They black too. Right? But then the moment you have an opinion on something that they're saying, then they can't wait to tell you, oh, you're not one of us. Wait a minute, so which one is it? You know what I'm saying? Which one is it? We black too? But once you don't like something, we're not black, or we're not able to speak up on black things. And that really gets to me. That gets to me because, again, listen, I was born in the Bronx. I lived in Massachusetts for like 2 or 3 years. I think 3 years. We came right back to the Bronx. From there, we bounced around 4 to 5 boroughs here in New York. I lived in shelters as a kid. We bounced around the shelters, and then we were in the projects. We lived in a nice house and all that shit. Came back to New York, back in the fucking projects, bouncing around the shelters. And then when we finally was able to stay somewhere, we was in Harlem. I grew up in El Barrio, Spanish Harlem. I was always, what they call Black Harlem is the west side, Spanish Harlem is the east side. I was always in between all of that. There was never no thought or anything that we were separate people. When someone said something racist to black people, we took it like they were talking to us. I still take it like they're talking to me. You know what I'm saying? And whenever black people was around us and someone came at us, it was like that. Like, we always held each other down. There was never the separation. It's just, I just hate that people try to create that, especially at this time. But they're not creating it because this is true. They're creating it when it's going against their narrative. Or when they're saying some dumb shit and you correct them on it, the first thing they're going to go right back into the whole race shit. Like, yo, wait a minute. Aren't we going against racist shit right now? That's something I've always stood for. Any one of y'all. I'm gonna point out. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't want to bring it out like that, but it's a fact. I point out DMU Detroit as the number one example. You know, I hate when people come at him with that white shit. And it's not just the fact that he's not white. It's the fact that why is that your number one attack? Because the rest of us will be offended if the first thing someone pointed out about us was our race. I hate race conversation, and I love battle rap. I hate race angles. I hate all that shit. But again, I feel to just get back to the point with them attacking Misfit and trying to call her racist and all of that, that does bother me because the way they try to, this is just not the time for us to war with each other, especially over a fucking lie. It started off as a battle rap promo going back and forth at each other and ended up about fucking race. And that's trash to me. That's trash to me. Seeing people then attack Cortez, seeing people then try to attack Math, and Math was challenging people. Like, I dare any of y'all to say that to me. You know, and I don't want it to get to that point. I don't think any of us, people in the right mind, wanted to get to that point where we're actually fighting over these things, fist fighting, getting into shootout stabs and all kind of stupid shit. When, again, this is just the time for us to be together, man. All right, let's move on to I don't know. Maybe I'll finish that blog because I had more things that I said. I was starting to talk on the whole Jazz situation, but again, I think I'll put that out. But I might, you know, I don't know. I will have to finish it, and then I will have to see how that looks and whether or not I should waste my time putting that out before. Not only is it taken the wrong way, but now you know, we're all put in a situation where we just escalate the dumb shit that it just shouldn't be. So we'll see. All right, let's get to this to this one-off. First off, I still to this day don't know what the fuck a one-off is. I don't. It don't make sense. Why did they call this one-offs? Could somebody possibly tell me? Now, I thought one-offs was a small room thing. Turns out it's not. They've had battles on actual stages at events that they call one-offs. They've had guys who you might consider to be veterans or top tier, however you want to put that. They've put them to headline a PG card and called it a one-off. Then I've seen guys who just got out the PGs or are still in the PO. One guy's in the PG, one's not, and then they call it a one-off. So I guess one day, even when you sit there and you talk to all the other battle rappers and ask them, what does any of that mean? No one can give you a straight answer. So, you know, some of them are, I don't think I've heard 3 consecutive conversations with people who actually could sit there and like, if 3 people sat here and tell you what a one-off is, none of the 3 would tell you the same shit. So that's why it's always confusing to me. And in this situation, Loso and JC, none of them are PG situations. So, I mean, how would that fit under the term one-off? Cortez and Rum Nitty damn sure ain't no damn, you know, PG class or anything like that. So how would you consider that a one-off? What consists of that? Would you call that for Marino and Big Hand? Maybe, if I mean that would somewhat make sense, but then again, there's no clear definition on what a one-off is. But I'll have to say, when someone does break all that down and can actually answer that question, I'll gladly be listening because I can't. I didn't get to see your comments because the shit just disappeared, but whatever, we'll see. So the whole fact that, so we had this JC thing, man. You know what, let's start with Don Marino and Big Hand. First round, listen, it's another thing I see in battle rap. People, they say, I don't get respect from either side, shaking. We don't get respect from either side, that's fucked up. Just call it a battle, we said, yeah, I agree. One-off is one-off matches that was, I don't know, that shit faded away, I didn't get to see it. But, yeah, Don Marino, I don't know what's with all the disrespect with Don Marino. I look online and I see a lot of people, every time he has a battle announced, I see people really disrespecting Don Marino. And, you know, again, I know that tends to happen with a lot of Latino battle rappers, unfortunately. But, you know, I think, you know, it's one thing to not rock with somebody, but when people can't clearly explain Why they don't rock? I mean, we all have it. Let's just call it a battle. Yeah, we all have it. We all have a particular battle rapper whose style we don't like, or we don't like them for whatever reason. Lord knows I have a few, but I've always given the reasons why. So when I see people just go in all Don Marino trash, and I ask them, all right, so what is it you don't like about him? Oh, he's trash. All right, but what is it you don't like about him? Oh, he's just trash. Like, yo, not that you owe me an explanation, but it don't make sense that y'all would just go in on this dude like that. You know what I'm saying? Don Marino, I think, has came a long way in the last year and a half, man. How could you not champion that dude? Like, how can you not cheer for him? Well, maybe not cheer for him. Okay, if you're saying, yo, I ain't cheering for that dude, cool. But for you to not show him any respect or be like, yo, salute to that dude, because, you know, he's done any and everything he could to come up. Like, I don't understand that. Max said that's just hating. Yeah, that's the way that should just be coming off. Like, it's hate for what, though? Like, but it be happening. I'm like, it don't make any sense to me. You know, I like the approach he took in this battle. I had him winning. I forgot who the hell he battled last, but I had him winning. Um, who the hell did Don Marino battle? Who he battled last? Man, he lost. I don't know. It was on the tournament. I can't remember who the hell he battled, but I thought he won that battle. I thought, oh, it was easy to block, Captain, right? Salute to Marino gets hated on a lot. White people get more love in this game than Latinos. It's unfortunately seeming like that's right. Anyway, yeah, I think it was easy to block Captain. I thought he beat easy to block Captain. I had it 2-1. I thought Don Marino won those first two rounds, and Easy got the third in the debatable third. Overall, I have to say, I feel that I've seen little changes in what Don Marino has done in the last few battles I've watched, even before the quarantine. Some of the battles, I felt like maybe he was a little more comfortable. I liked a little bit more the aggression and the use of his flow. The last 2 or 3 battles I've seen him in, which includes today, I felt like he was a little more heavier with the bars. I like that he's not. I have no problem with the Mexican bars whatsoever. Because if he don't say those Mexican bars, they gonna use it against him either. So he might as well, to me, I don't have no problem with it. I like it. Do I wish he does it every battle? No. So I'm glad that the last 2 or 3 battles I've seen him, he didn't do that. I like that. But I really think that the whole thing, when he spoke about the whole thing, which was brought up in this battle, the whole thing about his moms and all that, I do wish he would have kept that to himself. I do think there's certain ammunition you shouldn't be giving dudes. Certain shit about your personal life, even though you might feel like, you know, that might get you a reaction, or maybe you just feel like you got to get off your chest. Sometimes I think it's not smart to do, because you give an ammunition that's just going to continue to go. And one thing I don't want is a bunch of people having bars about my mother that's real life stuff. People making comments about your mother that is not real, that's one thing. People actually having some actual facts about your moms and be able to use that as angle, I hate that. But this first round, I thought it was a good first round for Don Marino. I thought it was a cool first round from Big Hand. I liked overall the direction the battle was heading in. But I gave Don Marino that first round. In my opinion, I thought that first round was clear that Don Marino took it. That second round is when Big Hand turned all the way up. And he addressed the whole thing about Don Marino mentioning his moms and him losing. Like, you saying you battling, you know, because your mom's situation and you need the money to pay for that. But, you know, then you lose. It's like, and I agree. Like, I thought that was a bad idea when Don Marino, and that was a big thing too. When Don Marino's third against Easy, the block captain, was like, yo, fam, you're not, you know, you're not really even battling him. You know what I'm saying? And Easy came with some shit in that third round though. But yeah, that's how I felt. And I felt like Big Hand, everything, the bars, the flow, delivery, everything in that second round here against Don Marino, Big Hand was on fire to me. I was like, wow. Like, I've seen some Big Hand battles. I won't lie, I haven't really been impressed. Sometimes showtimes or strap-ins don't hit, but it's identity and we should appreciate it for being them. I agree with Joel, but not every battle. It's just like Oops third rounds. I'm one of the few people it seems that like the third rounds that Oops do. I don't like that he does it every battle. I don't want to hear it every battle. I don't want to hear Showtime every battle. I don't want to hear any of that shit. Whatever your so-called special move is, you know, in terms of it being a series, no, I don't want to see that every single battle. A slogan is one thing, but you know, something that you would consider the special move, so to speak, I don't want to see that every battle. No, it gets boring. It's just like Daylight. I love the ski man shit. Did I want to see it every battle? No. Well, he ain't doing it in a long time, and he wasn't doing it every battle. But I like that he had a good amount of battles where he did it, and a whole lot where he didn't. You know, on top of that, what you don't want to do either is start setting too much high expectation for yourself when it comes. Because now when you write and trying to put your bars together, you feel like, yo, I have to do this. It's gonna take away from the rest of your work because you gotta try to figure out how to one up the last time you did that. Just like the so-called Hitman Holla remix, even though it's been proven he didn't come up with the remix shit. Regardless, that's who people mostly known for. Or well, you know, most people know that he's the one who did it. Who to them he did it first, right? To me, I don't want to see a remix every time. You can't tell me every remix has been hot. I've seen people argue going crazy, like, yo, or the three of them things. I don't want to see it every battle either. I won't lie. But three of them things, that's really a rebuttal. That's not necessarily, you know, and even that, sometimes, a lot of times it hits. But there's times that shit missed too. You know? Either way, back to the point, this was, I ain't gonna lie, that second round for Big Hand, off the top of my head, is the best round I've seen from him. I have not watched a lot of Big Hand battles. I'll be the first to tell you that. I've seen I don't know, maybe a handful, maybe 4 battles five maybe. The last couple of remixes was, man, they be ass sometimes. Yeah, they do. Anyway, I thought Big Hand was exceptional in the second round, and he clearly took that round for me. The third round to me is where it comes down to. I thought the third round was a legitimately debatable battle in this and Don Marino versus Big Hand, but I edged Don Marino. You know, I felt like his flow and everything else was better. I felt like he just had way more material, way better material than Big Hand did in that third round. You know, again, I don't know if there was a discrepancy on the time allowed for that round, but I do feel like maybe Don rapped a little bit longer than Big Hand. But overall, I got Don Marino winning that battle 2-1. But if someone say they thought Big Hand won that battle because of the third round, I wouldn't argue with them because I feel like the first 2 rounds is clear. Clear for Don Marino in the first round, in my opinion. Clear for Big Hand in the second round, my opinion. Debatable in the third, but I'm going with Don Marino. Next battle was JC versus Loso. I have to be honest, due to a lot of the fuckery, I didn't really care to see this battle. JC, for a long time, has been one of my all-time favorites. If someone was asking me to put a top 10 all-time, JC would have been in there. I don't know where, but he would have been in the top 10. And I think everybody's top 10, the figuration, or however you want to call that, how it's aligned, I think that changes every few years anyway, because some people are more active than others, so on and so forth. But JC would have definitely been in my top 10. A lot of his fuckery in the last maybe even year of that too, there's been a lot of people complaining about him business-wise. Let's call it what it is. We call everybody else for stealing deposits and doing fuckery. He's no different. He's done the same thing. And I'm disgusted at him for that. We've seen him call somebody out for that. If you ever see him on Twitter, you've seen in the past, he says something about people who've done that before. And then Loso is actually the second person I ever heard accuse him of taking money for music and not sending the verse. You know, I have to be honest. I think I've only heard JC on beat one time, and I thought it was okay. But the dude, in terms of a battle rapper, he's incredible. One of my favorites. But I can't turn a blind eye for the fuckery. And the truth of the matter is, I haven't really cared about a JC battle really ever since the way that not that I haven't watched any. I'm not saying that. So I haven't cared. Ever since that whole situation with Shotty Harvey and that Apex card, the way he handled that and the fact that I believe still to this day he has never reached out to the people or sent them their money back, that didn't sit well with me at all. And then it just what he did with RBE, that didn't sit well with me at all. Especially I know when URL was not fucking with JC, RBE was trying to put him in the best situations they could. It wasn't until his resurgence on RBE that URL wanted to fuck with him again. And that's a fact. That is an absolute fact. So I hate the way that he treated that situation. And then as time goes on, you hear about this situation, you hear about that situation, no showing the Loso battle, so on and so forth. I mean, like your fam, I don't really care to hear your name or care to do any of that. I don't respect that. So RBE banned him though. Listen, I love RBE, but ARP has said shit about banning people before, and kind of find out, we've heard Good speak on the fact that ARP has tried to get him back before. I won't say why I'm upset about it because I don't want to repeat the fuckery, but you've seen he's booked clean paper after not clean paper, well, even clean paper. When he said he was banned and all that, he's brought it back. I love clean paper, but he's done fuckery, and you still brought him back. Still signed him for quarantine battles and all. Then we see Quantum Physics, that's who I'm talking about. He did some real crazy off the wall shit. And ARP brought him. That's why I never retweeted any of those battles with him that ARP linked me to. Honestly, that was a piece of why I stopped watching the quarantine battles. There's been a few quarantine battles or social distance battles I didn't watch. And you put that along with my own personal issues and shit is a big reason why I haven't been fucking with battle rap. Like, yo, like this shit is whack to me. Like I don't understand how this is supposed to be our culture and this is our thing, and people in a position to be able to provide for themselves or do just things that can elevate themselves or their family, and they turn around and do fuckery. And then our same peers, our same battle rap family, so to speak, they pick and choose who they want to call out and when they want to call out. So they'll sit there and shit on clean paper for no showing battles, but then praise NJT and make excuses and all that. And that don't make any sense to me. None whatsoever. But anyway, back to the point. So JC goes first. I thought he has a cool first round. I didn't really necessarily like the beginning of the first round, but as he got like a quarter in on, I was like, yeah, all right, this is cool. This is all right. At least he didn't come off like he was bullshitting. Cool, but then Loso goes. And Loso was kicking his ass up and down the block in that first round. And I was like, damn. But then I'm like, you know what? Maybe JC just, put out his lightest round in the beginning. Let's see what's going on. Because Loso went ape shit on him. But Loso, towards the end of it, starts mentioning deposits and all of that, right? Cool. Here we go into the second round. JC picks it up in that second round, but not by a lot. But he definitely picked it up. And I'm like, okay, yo, cool. This is what it is. At least we're getting closer. I'm expecting now this great thing from JC in his third. You know what I'm saying? Loso goes in that second and starts whipping his ass even worse. I don't know if he did it worse than his first round, but it was either equal to or slightly worse than he did. The only problem I had with Loso in all three of these rounds is him keep bringing up the whole fucking deposit and JC looking sick. Now, in that second and third round, JC was repetitive on things he had to say about Loso, the Briz battle and all that. I don't know why everybody just keeps bringing up this Briz battle. First off, I seen that Briz battle twice, and both times I watched the shit. Did I think Loso lost? Yes. But I thought it was a close battle. I didn't think... maybe it's something I missed. I don't know. But if you JC, why you keep going at this whole Briz thing? Like, that's a legit angle. I don't care if you want to keep saying that Briz killed Loso in your opinion. You the one battling him right now. You kill him. You do it. You do it. Like Gunplay said, you do it. So, in that second round, it was just more the same. At that point, it was over by a long shot. And to me, in that second round, there was no way you're gonna debate that ass whipping that already took place. You didn't even need to see the third round. JC goes and has a whatever third round. That third round for Loso, again, even though he slightly talked about some of the same things, he just came at it from a different perspective, and then starts talking about how JC actually took money from him, $150. I understand he's a Christian, and there's way more. Not just the fact that he's a Christian. You can't sit there with JC in front of you, slap the shit out of him on camera. You're gonna lose way more than $150. You know what I'm saying? So I understand that, but I'm just like, yo, this is the first time we're ever hearing about this. You know what I'm saying? But again, this is the first time I'm hearing about it happening to Loso. This is the second time I've heard that it's happened to someone before, and I understand that. Then JC says at the end of the battle, when they talking to Beasley and him, he's like, "Oh, nah, that's not true. I don't know what he's talking about. You don't know what he's talking about. The man said he put it up on his IG, all the proof, and then he did put it up there. It's circling on Twitter where you see the emails, and it's like, whose email was that? Who was Loso talking to then? That was a clear ass with me. 3-0. Would I say a body? I don't know what I would say a body. Maybe if I watched it a second time, I might feel like it was. I think it was a little bit past the gentleman's 30. Nah, it might have been a body. I don't know, man. I don't know. I know for sure he beat him on 3 rounds. JC was like Rum a few weeks ago when he battled B-Dot. Just average. JC is low-key scandalous. Yeah. And well, now it's to the point it's not even low-key. Because look what he did the last 2 times. That's not even... You know, but you know what's even funnier, though? Him, just like these other battle rappers, they get mad when you point that out, though. They get mad when you point out... It ain't... Let me just... It ain't just battle rap. It's people in general. You ever point out somebody's fuckery, a plain and simple, obvious portion of fuckery they just did, and then you point the shit out and they more upset at you? Like, yo, like, how the fuck does that work? Anyway, let's move on to the next battle. This was the battle I've been anticipating. It's a battle I felt I really wanted to see way before it was ever announced. I always hoped that someone would book this battle. I won't lie, I thought it would be King of the Dot to book this battle before URL does. URL doesn't always appreciate Cortez either. I know Cortez has had a string of good battles. I haven't seen any of them. I'm gonna have to get with y'all to go watch those battles. So, you know, bottom line, to make a long story short, I thought Rum Nitty had a good first round. I thought it was a good first round, but I expected more from him. I figured out the gate he would want to. If you ever watch Rum Nitty, his first rounds is almost like he trying to set the tone out the gate. Like he gonna come at you hard body, and now you gotta elevate. I don't feel like he did that in that first round. I thought he had a good first round. I thought Cortez had a great first round. He did stumble. I don't know if you want to call that a choke or a stumble. I felt the first round that was a stumble. I think it was the second round that he choked. No, I don't know, one of them two. Either way, I felt like that hurt because it wasn't just like a quick stumble. It was like yeah, I guess you could call it a choke. And I'm like, nah, Cortez, nah, like this can't be happening. But while he loses that round, I still feel, if we're talking about just material wise, I felt like Cortez had better material in that first round than Rum Nitty. Am I giving Cortez that round? No, I'm not. You choked. Same thing in the second round. Rum Nitty was going ape shit. I ain't even gonna lie. I was like, yo, okay. Second round, he went crazy. Cortez goes crazy. Then he starts stumbling. But again, I feel the first round, Cortez had clearly the better material than Rum Nitty. But I can't give him that round, man. I can't give him that round. Second round, same thing with Cortez. I just felt like he was cooking. I thought he was on the road to something. He fucked up. What I would salute, And I have saluted all these battle rappers who don't jersey out. The guys who actually fight to try to get it back and you know, try to stay in the fight one way or another. I respect that heavily. Um, you know, but Cortez didn't get to do that. Now Rum Nitty goes in his third and he stumbles, but that was a stumble. That was a quick fumble over the words. That's what it was. He fumbled over his words real quick and then repeated it. But I still think Cortez had better material in that third round. So I got the battle 2-1 in favor of Rum Nitty. Rum is definitely a beast, but for all the people who said Cortez couldn't hang with Rum Nitty at all, watch that battle and tell me that he didn't do his thing, that he didn't keep up with Rum if it wasn't for the stumbles or the chokes. But you gotta salute Rum Nitty. He went in there, he did his job, and that's all that matters. So I got Rum Nitty 2-1 taking that battle. Then they spoke to Cortez and he agreed. Now I ain't gonna lie. What up, Miss VA? Salute. Scotty, salute. Terrence, salute. I ain't gonna lie. I respected Cortez for saying the truth. Yo, I lost. Yo, he got that. And not trying to bullshit and try to convince people otherwise. But Joel said debatable minus the stumbles. I agree, but we can't ignore the stumbles, man. Salute, Slide. Rome was supposed to win, though. Yeah. Well, you know, that's how people felt. To be honest, I'm watching this battle, and I have to say, overall, I did expect a little bit better from both. Not by a lot. I know I'm being picky right now, but just a little bit. I expect a little bit better from both of them. Just a little bit, you know. Maybe I expected just, and it's not fair, but maybe I expect just a few more intricate bars, if that makes sense to y'all. But overall, you know, they both did their thing, minus the stumbles, man. It was 3 battles. Those are the only 3 battles. Now they're scheduling. So you got the tournament continues next week. You got 2 battles, and then you have the Swamp battle. I don't know if I watch it. I watch it. If I don't, I'm not gonna be mad. It's cool on contract because he'll be nice on the upcoming King of the Barbershop card. So he had a 5 battle deal. I think this was his last battle on that contract. So he battled the Saga, Rum Nitty, T-Top, JC, and he did a 2-on-2. I don't know if that 2-on-2 counts towards his URL contract or not. But if that counts, then he's done because he had a 5 battle deal with them, and he's done. The King of the Dot situation, I guess in these next few days, maybe even tomorrow. I don't know. Nah, not tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe tomorrow. These next few days, I'll go live, and we'll talk about it. We'll speak on my thoughts on it. You know what I'm saying? It depends. So for some of y'all may or may not know, in the past I was customizing some sneakers. We kind of had a shirt, hat, and sneaker business before. It was a blog I did like a year ago or something in the park where I broke all that down. So I started back up customizing some sneakers. So, you know, lately that's been spending a lot of time doing that. But I do hope that I start putting myself in a more of a mind frame to start really caring more about watching and breaking down the battles again. You know, like I said, it's not just my personal life. It's been shit within the battle rap community that just made me stand back and just not really care. You know what I'm saying? Not care to see a battle, not care to recap a battle, not care to sit here. I've watched some battles, but I didn't feel like sitting there breaking it down or like I'm listening to other. If you watched any of the quarantine episodes I did where I suggested battles that you could watch while you're on quarantine, they weren't quarantine battles. They were just suggestions that, you know, for people to sit back and watch. I saw the Thanos joints, they are fire. Good looking, Max. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, man. I'm working on some other joints There's always divide in the election season. Okay. Well, yeah, I'm working. Let me see. I don't think all of y'all saw these shits yet. For those of y'all who don't follow my Instagram or probably didn't see it on my Twitter, I only posted it one time on my Twitter. But these are the customs I've been working on. Air Force Ones. So this is 100% me drawing, painting it, all of that. These are 100% cut. These were all white when I got them. So, you know. Have you seen any of those I Battle Quarantines like Danny vs. Red Flag and then World War Shot? No, I didn't watch any of those, Scotty. I haven't watched any of those. Maybe I should. Thank you, Vigil. Terrence, thank you. So right now I have so I did a pair of up-tempo 94s, Nike up-tempo 94s. I customized a pair of Venom joints. I didn't really like the way they came out, so I gave those to my pops. Miss VA said, how much you charge? I don't know. It depends on everything because the difference is, and this is where is always a problem with people, whatever I charge is in addition to the sneaker. So you have people who want me to do something on a $200. These aren't. I'm just giving an example. But sometimes the actual sneaker costs $200, and then someone wants me to. First off, you got to send me the money for the sneaker or buy the sneaker yourself. But like people want me to charge them $200 for the sneakers that are $200, and then only want to pay me $20. Like, you know what I mean? People like, oh, how much you? I mean, well, look, I'm asking for $150 on top of the price of the sneaker. And what people, oh, what? Oh, I thought you was gonna say $225 including everything. What? Think about that. If a pair of sneakers is $200, you know how much time? Listen, this right here, this sneaker right here, took me 3 days. It's taking me about 30 hours to do a pair of these. But this is a special paint, though. This is a special type of paint and all of that. So, and then, you know, it's a lot of reasons why it took me that long to do these pair. But if I'm sitting here for 6 hours doing a pair of sneakers, there's no way in hell I'm spending 6 hours on a pair of sneakers for $25. If you're gonna anybody who customize sneakers, some of these people charge $250 just for the artwork. It don't got nothing to do with the sneaker. So, you know, it all depends on the situation, man. I try to work with everybody. What's a good price? $150 on top of the price of the sneaker. Yeah, thank you, Max. I try not to, you know, my cousin. You know, my cousin has a pair of brand new sneakers sitting there. He wants me to customize for him. That's my cousin. And I told him, I don't care. I'll do it. But it also depends what it is you want. Like, I'm not one of, like, there are guys out there who do portraits and all kind of shit. I don't do all of that. Mind you, you guys don't have to believe me. But all of this is hand painted. This is not an airbrush. I'm just saying airbrush. Certain things come out a lot smoother and a lot more professional looking. This is all hand painted. This is all hand painted. And this design that's on this sneaker, on the other sneaker, this back design is different. So there's no way in hell I could sit there and do all this shit for the price of the sneaker and $25. Like, what the fuck? No, man. But I got some other joints I'm working on. I was gonna do it tonight, then I got caught up watching UFC. Well, actually, I started taping the sneaker up during the battles, and then I stopped to give the battles my full attention, and then I started to take the sneaker off, and then I stopped to watch the UFC fights. So I got a pair lined up for tomorrow. Those are a pair of female sneakers, female Air Force Ones, a size 8. So if y'all know any female size 8 who are interested, what I'm gonna do on those is like a snakeskin print on those sneakers. But when you see the colors I'm gonna do on that and the design, it's gonna be, I believe it's gonna be crazy. I just did a pair of orange and black joints too that everybody was loving. So they on the iBattle app. It's free to get. All right. Well, remind me about those battles if you can, Scotty, and I'll check it out. All right, y'all. I'm not gonna take up too much of your time. Like I said, if you know anybody too, these are size 10 and a half. Um, I've been fighting with myself because I kind of want to keep these. But in these next few weeks, if you know anybody who's willing to buy these, we can negotiate a price. Um, these are 10 and a half. And again, I have my joints that I'm doing for tomorrow. That's they're size 8, women's 8 Air Force Ones. And those are going to be crazy too. So make sure you follow me on Instagram at JLegend100. Same thing on Twitter. So my bad, they just put it on their YouTube iBattle channel. Cool. Alright, happy Father's Day to all of y'all. Please have a safe and careful and cautious Father's Day. Like, I understand some people want to barbecue and do all these things. That's cool. Keep your damn mask on, do all that. Dude said I'm a size 17, whatever. I need size 14 Max. Max, we could definitely talk about something, man. You know what though, Max? Honestly, there's a lot of websites that your size, like you go on the Go app. I don't know if you ever heard of the Go app. I'll try to get the link and send it to you. But I find a lot of sneakers on there that's normally like $150, $200, but sizes 13, 14 and all that. Sometimes it should be like $80 because it's harder for them to sell those sizes. So I would definitely check these websites, Max, and check it out because you might end up coming up with a dope ass pair of sneakers. I actually, man, maybe I should try to see if I can send that to you, Max. I saw a pair of Air Force One high tops, which I'm gonna buy me some too to work on those. But those high tops, I saw a size 14. I think those were like 80. I'm not sure. You got the GOAT app, GOAT app, the sneaker app. But yeah, we could definitely talk, Max. You know what I'm saying? We'll talk. But again, happy Father's Day, everybody. Keep it safe. Keep a damn mask on. Social distance. If you're gonna be with your kids, fine. But don't be all out in other people's barbecues doing all kind of dumb shit. Like you see in Arizona, Florida, California, some in Pennsylvania, even in New York. There's been a lot of spikes, which you could tell because of the protesting and everything else. But yeah, man, like this is, just be safe out here, man, and enjoy. All right, salute to you all, man. Blessings.